What's happening? This your guy Diddy Onasis, the host of the COD Show podcast, and I have a question. Have you ever been watching me stream or watching the COD Show podcast and thought to yourself, damn, I wish I was fresh as Diddy Onasis? But don't worry, it's help. Help is on the way. CODTees.com. That's CODTEES.com. Here to help. Just remember to use code COD Show for 10% off the entire order. Now that's fresh. Peace, peace, peace. Killer.
Welcome to the COD Show. COD Show. COD Show. Yeah. Welcome to the COD Show, player.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Hey. Welcome back to the COD Show podcast. I'm your guy Diddy Onasis, the host of the COD Show podcast. That's right. And as you can see, top left, top right, we have a special guest. That's right. Let's run his resume down. Just a tidbit of his resume. Let's run it down real quick. All right. Over 609 YouTube uploads. I said the word over for a reason, obviously. He almost uploads every day. Daily uploads from this guy. An E-athlete. Make sure you use the code ERRL. All right. Special guest up. Episode number 17 of the COD Show podcast. And episode number, I don't remember, whenever we did the Black Ops 4 beta review episode last year. All right. COD Show podcast. Welcome back. ERRL. My guy, Errl Shatter. What's happening, big dog?
Yo, what's good? What's happening?
Yep. Back at it again, man. Back at it again. It's been a whole year since you've been on screen. I remember after the beta, Black Ops 4 beta, that is, I think we actually got into like the last day and we played together that last night or something like that, man. I remember that. And we ran into CSN Gray. Yep. And guess what? Do you remember what we did to CSN Gray?
Not quite, but it's been a while.
We gave him the business. Salute to my guy, boy. CSN Gray, man. That's my dog.
Shout out to you, Gray. You legend.
Whole year, bro. Whole year it's gone by, man. What you been up to for the last year or 12 months or 13 months since we got together?
You know, I've been doing my best, grinding out the videos. Streams have been a lot more silent the second half of Black Ops 4, but obviously because I just don't enjoy the game as much as I have in the past. It's honestly more, you know, a matter of also focusing on videos. Before, obviously, when we first met or we were first on this podcast, I was only making mostly streams. I had some videos, but streams was the focus. Kind of swapped my channel to a new direction.
Right.
You know, we do stream on Twitch now, which is a little bit different. You know, focus on content on YouTube. But honestly, I feel like my YouTube channel is my main focus, so videos have become my main focus. But streams are always going to be expected, especially with the year ahead.
Okay, so you switched it up. I noticed that. I noticed you strictly upload on YouTube. Now, streaming is for Twitch, obviously, but
yep.
What caused that switch? I've seen a lot of people follow that formula or use that same formula. Why is it? What are the benefits or the pros and cons, or is it just the evolution of the streaming or content?
Well, reality is YouTube has not been super great for people who stream. Basically what happens is if you only stream, YouTube could be a solid place for you. However, if you make videos and you stream, one or both are going to suffer. It's just the way the algorithm was created. It's just the way YouTube kind of runs. People from, you know, channel sizes as small as mine up into large channels of even upwards of 1 million subscribers. People have actually dialed this in, and you know, there was just a overall switch as far as like the Call of Duty community, and I'm sure other communities as well, but definitely in that, where I was seeing a lot of people going, you know what, I'm just going to let my videos do the video thing on YouTube. I'm going to switch over to Twitch. So that way, no longer are my streams going to impact my videos. Essentially, basically, if you put a video out and then you went live, your video would die because it wants to push your stream. And then when your stream was over, it's not like the video gets revived. It's literally already dead because you went live. So it's kind of this counterproductive system that just makes you not feel like your time is worth it. So it's like you're putting all this time and effort into making a video where you're streaming for 10 hours. It's like one way or the other, you would like to see some result. But when you know that your results are being tainted because of doing one thing or the other, it kind of changes everything. So it's more just a way of like being able to focus strictly on making videos, knowing that the videos will do well. Or if they don't, then you know at least it was because well, maybe the video wasn't as good as you thought. Or maybe, it just didn't quite spike the interest of the people that day.
Right.
Simple.
Like
not knowing that, you can't go, oh, I uploaded this video. I feel like I really did a good job, but then I streamed and I just totally blew it. So it's like, you feel like a lot less your time is wasted when you're able to focus and know that your time is actually worth it, because none of it's getting wasted. You're uploading, your uploads getting views, you go to stream, obviously you're on a different platform such as Twitch. People can expect just to stream there. The other cool thing I will say about Twitch is although obviously my main focus in the channel is Call of Duty, let's just say one day I woke up and another shooter came out and I wanted to play it. I feel more comfortable being able to stream that on my Twitch than just being on a Call of Duty strict YouTube channel and then opening up to different, avenues. Gotcha. So I think it's a cooler way to be able to explore new things. Also makes, your YouTube channel a little bit more focused, because obviously people subscribe to your YouTube channel typically for a specific category that you focus on.
Word. Yeah. Do you think that the algorithm and SEO play a factor in your channel or your video's visibility? Because I've seen people with zero SEO, or like, when I say SEO, people, that's search engine optimization. I've seen people with terrible characteristics when it comes to SEO, but they have like a huge following. Their videos do great. And I've seen people that are smaller. When I say people, I mean content creators that are smaller that make videos. So I just use myself as an example. I feel like I use great SEO. In my mind, I do, but I probably don't. But my videos don't get the traction that, say, another individual will on YouTube, that is. Yeah. And that does take the air out of the balloon, because you put your work in and you want to see your results. If the game is being played fair. When I say fair, I mean, you know what I mean.
Right. As long as you feel like it's working. One thing I can say that's really, it's interesting. YouTube is an interesting platform.
Right.
Basically, sometimes you upload a video, you feel like it's really good and it doesn't make sense. It doesn't do that great, right? Then you upload a video you feel like you spent a little bit of time on. It comes out decent, but it was like you're just kind of meh. You don't feel super confident about it. You drop it, it gets your most views ever. There's not a lot of like dead set, this is the reason why your video didn't do well. Some people get real lucky. There is a lot of luck involved.
Yeah, man.
The reason people play that, I feel like the SEO so strongly, is because it helps you get to that spot. Basically, in my perspective, if you put out if you're putting out decent content regularly, and then you put out a video and it explodes, they're going to come and watch the rest of your content. Sometimes all it takes is that one winning algorithm that puts that one video up that everybody starts clicking on. Next thing you know, your channel explodes. Actually, if you go back and look at a lot of the people who've grown substantially, whether it just be Call of Duty or in general, it's kind of how it works for them.
They have that one video.
You can go back and look. You'll have all these videos with like lower view counts, right? And then all of a sudden,
you see an explosion. Boom. Right.
You see one video is like, what the hell? They went from like an average 800 views to like all of a sudden they got 25K. Like, what happened?
Yes. And salute to those people, man. Salute to those guys. Friends
a lot
of the show.
It's timing. Well, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of it is timing.
Some of my videos are hit and miss. Go ahead. Yeah.
My #1 video on the channel was from last October, so shortly, like a week and maybe 2 weeks after Black Ops 4 dropped. Put a video about how you can get easier, basically headshots and how to get your SG12 gold. That video has over 55,000 views. Here, a year later.
You know what?
55,000 views, which is crazy for a channel.
Because I wanted to know how to get headshots with the SG12. SGT12, my bad. So that was an interesting video, man. Salute to that, man. Round of applause for that, man. Big dog videos.
I just feel like it was timing. Huge, perfect timing. What I actually did, and it's like kind of like a little tip that I can go back and remember exactly how it happened.
Okay.
I looked on YouTube. I was like, you know what? there are a couple videos about this, but it's very limited. And I feel like, you know, some of the videos focus on all shotguns or just don't really tell you enough of what some people might be looking for. I was like, you know what? Let me try to put out a video on this specific topic and see what happens. And like I said, it's my most successful video of the year. Not really sure exactly why it gained so much traction or why that one was bumped up to the top, because I'm pretty sure even if you search for like gold SG12 or something on BO4, I will be within the top 3-4 people whose video popped up. But not in every video does that happen.
That's right. And that brings me to my next question, man. I noticed, like you said, that you upload content to YouTube and you stream on Twitch. So I'm noticing your videos, man, like, you know, every morning, it was almost at one time for like a couple of months, it was like clockwork. I know when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to see a notification from Errl Shatter that he's uploaded a video. So, but I was looking through your videos. It's all not self-help, but it's all like, hey, this is the best class setup. Hey, this is what slaps. This is what changed on this gun. This is what's been nerfed. This is what's been buffed. I'm using this now. This is how you get better. What is it? A specific thing that you were looking for? Like you just switched up your style and just said, all right, I'm gonna use this formula to upload on YouTube. Like, when did you come to that decision that you were gonna use that particular style, man?
Well, I feel like, you know, I mean, there is some of us older cats.
Because people can't play like you. I'm gonna go ahead and, like, I can't play like Errl Shatter. My aim is just too trash for that. That's why I'm not gonna. Anyway, that's why I stay away from core. I'm not. You know, I'm decent. I'm gonna get you a good 15. Right. I'm gonna get you a 15 and 10, a good 15 and 10 in core. But in hardcore, I just want to go ahead and lay them down. But anyway, they're not talking about me. We talking about Errl Shatter. When did you switch up your style, man?
Honestly, so when I was doing World War II, I was real focused on V2 rockets because we had that ability in the game. There was something to go for. That was a really awesome grind. It was fun. I was going for different guns. I actually probably got a V2 rocket with basically everything was possible at the time.
I think I remember. Was that like one of the things you were trying to do?
I got all kinds of stuff. I did every sniper. I could easily have covered almost every gun.
I literally got a rocket destruction,
V2 rocket. I got a freaking PO6 or whatever the hell that pistol is called. Like, I literally went for every weapon. Okay. Especially the more difficult ones, because I felt like everybody can, you know, there's tons of people who get nukes. Some people get more than me. Some people get less than me. But a lot of the time, I feel like the people that get more don't go for variety. They just go for total, you know?
Right.
And so for me, I've always been interested. Even when in Infinite Warfare, before my content was really booming or available to the most people, I went for every possible deatomizer strike that it was available. I dropped the TF-141, most difficult most difficult nuke I've ever dropped. There's no question.
What was the TF-141?
That was the intervention classic. That was the classic weapon. Sniper.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just rough because you would hit somebody in dead center and you get a hit marker, and it's just like, it was and it was obviously jetpacks. It was a whole different situation.
Yes.
But the reality is that was the grind that I was constantly on. But when Black Ops 4 came out, we obviously didn't have a nuke to go for. Like, going for a nuclear medal just doesn't appeal to me. It's just not fun, especially when you're, you know, dealing with a game that has so many things you could possibly die from, whether it be a very lesser skilled player getting a very lucky specialist, or just some, you know, crazy Titan player spraying you through the wall across the map. Whatever the heck it is, there's so many different ways you could die to BS. So just going for nuclear medals doesn't appeal to me. The medal itself doesn't appeal. It's just whatever. It's a medal. You know what I mean? There's nothing you can really show.
But it's nothing like having that caption in your title. Right. Or that text in your title.
Or whatever that.
Deatomizer with the, like, I think their last one was the Hornet. Deatomizer strike with the Hornet.
Recently, I got that shit in 40 minutes.
Wow.
40 minutes. It was like 3-4 games.
Wow.
I hadn't played the game in, I don't even know, almost
Not the rust off, bro, right?
Oh, yeah. I jumped in and just immediately started slaying.
Man, salute to that, man. That deatomizer strike with the Hornet on Infinite Warfare, the greatest COD of all time. You heard that right.
Shoot, was it not even I don't even think it was a whole week ago. I dropped a World War II video. V2 rocket, good old V2 rocket. Almost got a double V2, died of requisitions. You know what it is. But
salute to
overall a blast. So obviously, I feel like I'm a well-rounded player. I'm on the older end of the Call of Duty community. I feel like, as far as skill level is concerned, you know, most players are if they're older,
Older.
like typically, yeah. What I'm saying is generally the main focus of content and like people who are playing the game are definitely way younger than me. There's no doubt. Not to say that there isn't a large variety that are my age and above. But I think most people are definitely younger than 25. All the Call of Duty pros are 25 or younger, pretty much. I don't think there's a single one over 25.
Okay. Yeah,
so
what
I mean is by the time you're like, 25, 26, they start to say that your reflexes slow down, things of that nature. I don't really feel like I've been affected by that too much.
Yeah.
But also because of that, I feel like it's a duty that I have to help other people get better at the game.
Bring the noobs up.
Because there's not as much stuff to grind for, I took a different turn with Black Ops 4. I was like, you know what? This is how you do better in games. Because if you can do better in Black Ops 4, regardless of the next game, which happens to be Modern Warfare, but let's just say we didn't know, no matter what the next game is, it's going to carry over in some way, shape, or form. If you have better aim on Black Ops 4, you're going to have better aim in the next Call of Duty.
That's correct.
You have better movement, you're going to learn how to move better in the next one.
That's a fact.
So it's just about teaching people things. And honestly, I like to be a very transparent content creator. I'm not going to upload best video or best class setup for
You know what my favorite?
It's like the worst gun in the world.
You know what my favorite title is?
What's that?
I picked up the Hornet and this happened. Or I picked up the GKS with no scope on it, and then this happened. That's my favorite title.
My least favorite title all year for Black Ops 4. You're laughing.
And then this happened.
Overpowered GKS class setup. I'm like, have you used the GKS?
Yeah.
And especially core. I mean, hardcore is a different story. I know that thing slaps. But in core, it is the worst weapon in the game.
Which one?
The GKS. There's just no question.
I hear people saying that. In my world, it's the shit because that's what I use. Like, double long barrel, baby.
In hardcore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in core, it's not like that. It's opposite. It's terrible.
Okay.
But then you got all these content creators that are putting up the best this GKS is the best ever. It's like, no, this thing is literally the worst ever. I don't know what video you're making, but obviously you aren't telling 100% of the truth.
Right. Well,
so I just like to be transparent. So it's like, if a gun sucks, I'll make a best class setup video about it, and I will tell you what the best class setup is. But I'm also going to tell you what sucks.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you, you know what I mean? I'm going to tell you the honest opinion I have. I feel like I try to be like as real with people as possible.
Right.
Clickbait, obviously, it's huge in YouTube, but you got to use it properly, and you got to use it in a way where you don't feel like you're typically lying to the person. Sure, you want them to click the video, but you want them to click the video and then
thin line. Yeah,
not
ride the line.
And be at least close to what it's about. Not be like, world's best Call of Duty player, and it's like, what?
You going 4 and fucking 50?
Yeah, you never really know. That's what it's really about. So for me, it's more about giving the people the proper tools, giving the people the tips. Like I said, I feel like I'm an overall decent Call of Duty player. Of course, there's people better than me. I never claim to be the best. So I feel like I have enough skill, enough knowledge in the game that I could share with other people that will help them enjoy their experience even more. And I'm more about people going out and trying to learn to get better than having things being input into the game just to make people's experience better and not encourage them to actually get better at the game.
Got you.
So I feel like, for people who truly want to get better at the game, they come and find content. Maybe you're already decent and you're just looking for class setups to try or things you might not have ever thought of, or even just overall tips. I mean, I feel like even a better player could learn something from me that would make them better. And I also feel like people of a lower skill level will learn a ton just by just listening and watching content, or overall just, changing up the class setups that they may be using incorrectly.
Right. And you know what? Someone that's seasoned, they can watch your video and take something away from it, just like you said, because you already know steel sharpens steel. So a lot of people probably eyeball hustling on your videos and checking out your class setups, even though they may already be called COD vets. I'm like that.
Yep.
Just what you're doing is what the OGs like Sake and Mad Raj was doing back in the early days, man. That's what brought me along. Help videos, man. Class setup videos. The spots, even though, I try not. Anyway, I try to move around as much as I can now. But anyway, man, Black Ops 4. What was your nuclear count, man?
Not very high. I'm not the lowest it's been in years. But it's also because I never grinded for it.
Double digits?
Oh no, not even close.
Get the hell out of here, man.
I have a decent chunk of medals. Honestly, like it got to the point like this like I said, I did not even focus on nukes in this game. I did not care. If I physically can't call it in, I have no desire to just you know what I mean? Put myself through it. Like going for nukes, especially depending on the lobbies that you get into, it's a process. It can be a toll on your mentality depending on what kind of lobbies you be getting in and how far you get before you die. I think all that stuff. Yeah. So because there's no physical thing to call in, I just wanted to play the game. Black Ops 4 for me, it was Treyarch is always an in-between for me. Either I really, really enjoy their game and I think they do an excellent job, or I feel like they do an okay job and it's just not, just not the Call of Duty title that is my, most appealing to me. I've been a bigger fan of Modern Warfare series the entire time that I've been a COD fan. Okay. I've always enjoyed Black Ops. Black Ops 1 was excellent. Black Ops 2 was extremely good. But in all realism, Infinite Warfare blew Black Ops 3 out of the water for me. It honestly made me feel like Black Ops 3 was just an okay game. And then, I honestly had a lot of hope for Black Ops 4. Final
thoughts on Black Ops 4. Like
final thoughts.
Let's take it from. I don't want to talk about the beta. Let's talk about launch night. From launch up until today, take us through that.
It's rough. Let's put it that way. I was really when people say they're excited for the new Call of Duty, I know in a lot of people's mind, people say, well, they say that every year, or this person says that every year. And sure, every year we want to be hyped for the game. We have, certain expectations. After you see a trailer, you're like, hell yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Man. And Black Ops 4 did a really good job at that.
They did.
All the way across. Like
they had the little buzz, four people cutting buzz saws with the buzz saws.
They told us, I don't know if you remember, but they literally told us they planned on supporting Black Ops 4 for 3 years.
Damn, I don't remember that.
They said that. And you know what? Just what was it, 2-3 weeks ago? We got the last event in Black Ops 4 ever.
Right. And it's going to be a new Battle Royale with Blackout. MW is going to have another Battle Royale game that's going to replace Blackout. I think they're going to scrap it. That's it. I think now. I don't know for sure. But I heard that Modern Warfare is going to come out with its own Battle Royale mode.
Now,
but I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that 3-year thing. Damn.
Yeah, they said that originally. They had this whole 3-year thing, because that's what they did for BO3. They supported the game for years. I will credit them a lot. BO3, although it wasn't a favorite of mine for the movement's sake and just a couple of other things, just wasn't my game. They did a great job with that game. Treyarch went above and beyond. They constantly added content. They literally made that game survive for 3 years. They did. But then, they announced having the similar plan for Black Ops 4. I feel like we really got screwed because of Blackout. Now, I'm not going to say the Blackout's bad. I'm not going to say it was a bad thing for them to ever put their time into. Right. It's just literally everything went into Blackout. Black Ops 4 had a lot of hope. They had a lot of things, that we would think that they were going to do. We had hope that supply drops wouldn't be so impactful. We had hope that weapons would be a lot more easy to get a hold of. And things just kind of unraveled into more and more crap as the time went on. Yeah, man. It started out hot, and just slowly they just kind of introduced more and more junk to the point where it's I've put in over 30 days played in BO4, and there's there's still guns I don't have. That doesn't make sense. I'm over level 600. I don't have all the guns. That doesn't make sense to me.
Same thing.
I've opened tons of supply drops. I get nonstop bull crap out of them.
Same thing for me, man. I'm almost 700 now. I still don't have all the guns. I
just got the Peacekeeper.
Wow.
Out of my last weapon bribe, the Peacekeeper. So
wow, man. Sorry to hear that, man.
Discouraging as a content creator. Right. I feel like you have to spend money on supply drops in order to get the guns in a reasonable time frame in order to make content on them.
Man, look, bro. I'm sorry to hear that because I want the VMP really, really bad. I end up getting the Echo Hawk. The Echo Hawk is
terrible.
I don't know how it is in core, but it's really, really, it's hit Marker City in hardcore, so I can only imagine what it's like in core.
Right.
But man, that's the formula that Treyarch uses, though.
But here's
Black Ops 3 did the same thing. I didn't get shit, man. I didn't get a lot of guns from Black Ops 3. There's a shitload of guns in there that I left on the table.
Yeah, I didn't get most of them. I think I got like the HG40 when that came out, and then like most of the guns after that, I started getting nothing. So it was like, well, I'm kind of over it.
Just like, all right, just a lost cause.
But the other thing that's crazy is like they didn't really get. There's no grind factor to this game. Like that was the biggest buzzkill for me. Is like when you're getting on the game and all you're playing for is to get a good high kill gameplay. Like there's no hero skin. If people remember what that means, it means basically you would unlock things for each character that all had challenges. Once you had them all, you got this cool skin that went across all of them. You had like gold and whatever.
Yep.
They didn't have that in this game. They had dark matter, which was cool. They had that, you know, at least there was camos to grind for it. But like what they have left for us to get was just nothing. It's like, what your master prestige, you go to level 1,000. It's like, cool, that's fun if there's stuff to do.
Yeah, I didn't think about I never thought about that.
The choices they made for content and just how they made the game, like how they made items available to people, just really buzzkilled the game, I think, across the board. And then obviously, like I said, nothing against them making a blackout, but like we on the multiplayer side definitely feel like we got the short end of the stick almost all year long, but they were constantly putting out blackout content, which is great. It's great to see that they could focus. They were able to put out a great battle royale, and they were able to put out updates for it and keep those. You know, I feel like the blackout players were across the board genuinely pretty happy with the year.
Yeah,
I'm sure there was some ups and downs, obviously, when they take away modes like Hot Pursuit, when people want to play Hot Pursuit, or those times they took away Alcatraz, and then people were like, what the hell? No one told us they were going to take away Alcatraz.
Yes.
Just things like that, and just sometimes, obviously, adding, I mean, this is my personal opinion. For those of you that play Blackout, you're more than welcome to comment about it, but the Sparrow, things like that, do not belong in Blackout. Come on. Like, if you got tier 3 armor or whatever, level 3 armor, and you're like rocking it, and then all of a sudden, dude, one shots you with a freaking Sparrow and you die, like, that's crazy.
Yeah, the Sparrow is...
There's a few things that are kind of like that. They're really kind of rare, so you don't typically run into them a lot. But when you do, you just kind of feel like, ugh, that's just a big punch in the face. Yeah. And then the the blackjack boxes or whatever the heck they're called, the little loot boxes that have all the weapons. It's like, cool, you have all these weapons. Well, here you can pull them out of this box for free, as long as you have them.
As long as you have them, yeah.
That's kind of weird as well, because it gives people the ability to have like some of the better weapons right as soon as they find the box. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So it makes it a little bit less RNG in some aspects, and then it's kind of like pay to win in some other aspects. It's like, well, you don't have those guns, and you're SOL basically, unless you pick somebody's up off their body.
Yeah, some of them are ass though, so it's really
some of them aren't good. But I feel like the VMP. I don't know if you've watched people use the VMP. Formal's a great person to watch on Blackout. He's amazing, man. Salute to Formal, man. I watched it for the first time last Saturday, bro. It was unbelievable. He dropped 49 kills.
When?
The other day, he broke the record.
God, I was watching him. I was watching him Saturday, bro. He was slaughtering
49 bomb. Disgusting.
Man, it's nuts. Salute the Former, man. He's a nasty player. He's a nasty person. I mean, I'm sorry. He's a nasty player.
Both. He's so good at the game. He makes you sick.
For real, man. Made me sick. I was disgusted Saturday morning watching that shit. I was like, really, bro? With the Locust?
The real big picture here is there was a lot of hope.
Yeah.
Followed by a lot of disappointment. I won't say the game was terrible, because at core, like the whole game, like it wasn't a terrible experience. The core gameplay mechanics, if you like took away specialists, gameplay was awesome. Sliding was sweet. Like the movement wasn't bad. The weapons were pretty fun to use for the most part. Like at the core, the game was good. Had they chose some different avenues, the game would have been way better.
It would have been the best of all time.
It could have been one of the best.
Yes.
Without a doubt. And it's sad for me to have to, towards the end of this game, have to be like, you know what, they really fell short. But as the end of this game got closer, and we find out that this is the last event, and it's like, they're just as done with their game, in my opinion, as we are.
Right, because I don't even like, what is it? Dark Divide is this last event.
It's hilarious,
and it's nothing in the tiers to the grind for and unlock except for the weapon bribe and some goofy costume. That's it.
It's not a lot to it. It's not crazy. They brought back another I don't even know how many remastered maps they brought. Like that's a whole nother thing. Like,
hell yeah.
The amount of original content in the game is so low.
Right.
Like the best maps in the game are maps that existed 10 years ago, basically.
Yeah.
8 years ago, whatever, you know, like we're not going to get into a specific year. I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You know what you mean.
It's like we're playing Launch from Black Ops 1. Best map that they've had in a while. You got jungle, you got firing range, you got slums. Anything that's dope, that's fun and enjoyable as far as maps are concerned, they were all maps that they just put back in the game. It was like, this is already a map. So it's like none of the new maps were good. Shoot, I don't know. You have DLC on lock. For those of you out there that do.
I do, yeah.
Have you played any of the new maps? Ritual, what the hell that map is? A giant donut. You just run around in a circle, get shot in the back.
Nah, man. Like if it's a new map, like the new like Ritual, weird. What you said, and what's the other one?
There's a million of
them.
The
one that you can teleport.
Masquerade, it's like 40 miles long.
Masquerade is a goofy map.
What's that really big map that has like the water you can swim in? It's huge. It's so big. It's like, I don't even understand. I thought they made
Icebreaker?
No, it's like a DLC map from not just the most recent, but the one before.
You can
got a big old building. There's like a boat crash. There's a boat in the middle. It's huge. It literally takes like days to get from one end to the other. That's how most of the DLC maps are. Like, I don't know that I can name a DLC map. What's
the name of the map that you can teleport? You can teleport from one.
That's the one I'm talking about. The one that has the teleporters, like the zombies teleporters?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. It's huge. It's gigantic.
Right. That is crazy. It's so much to that map, man. I just stick to one side. I don't even try to move around. It's just pointless. It's pointless.
You got to think. You actually made me think of a whole nother issue with the game. If you bought the game and bought the Black Ops Pass, you got totally screwed this year. 100%. There was so many times where people that don't have DLC were in DLC matches all the time. So these people almost seemed like they had free DLC. The maps were all awful, as we were already just discussing. And every map that wasn't awful was given to everybody. Like, you know what I mean? All the remastered ones were, I think everybody got those for the most part. Or was able to play them. You know what I mean? In one shape or the other. So it was like you literally got maps, was the only bonus to buying the season pass. And then you didn't even feel like you got anything for it. You know what I mean? So it was like a big waste. It was like the biggest waste of a $50 season pass of any year we've had so far where they had a season pass.
Yeah. But why do you think that
it wasn't even like IW where it was like, dude, you bought the season pass, you get the DLC weapon. You know what I mean? Like you don't even have to do anything. Like you don't even automatically get it. You get nothing. You get literally nothing.
Like what do you think that model, this business model, or the way that they formulate their DLC content, which is Treyarch I'm talking about, do you think we'll see that next year?
For Modern Warfare?
No. Not next year. I'm thinking about 2021, my bad.
You're thinking like the next Treyarch Call of Duty, whatever.
Yeah.
2020 COD.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I think that that Black Ops 4 broke everything. I think that
I think so too.
I don't know if you've been really paying attention to what's been happening in the last few days.
Right.
But Modern Warfare, there's a guy that's leaking a bunch of stuff named Gaming Revolution. Shout out to that dude for being able to leak stuff pretty accurately for the most part.
Supply drops.
He was dead set on saying that there's supply drops in the game, and one of the obviously guys over there, I believe it was Joe Emsley, he decided that he was going to share. There are no supply drops in Modern Warfare, and people kind of negatively reacted to him like, what? That's a lie or this and that. Like basically the dude was getting attacked in some form for saying that they weren't in the game. So then I don't know, was it just a couple of days later, Activision comes out, which I believe was actually yesterday, and they go, there are no supply drops in Modern Warfare. All the content is earnable through gameplay. They basically just announced everything that the Call of Duty community has been screaming for years. So I feel like we're finally at a point where they're going to listen. I think that we're finally at a point where the developer, like, people want to bash on Treyarch for the way things rolled out in some ways. In some ways, they're responsible. In a lot of ways, they are not. Same thing with Modern Warfare. Yeah. Obviously, people want to be mad at Infinity Ward. Oh, there's supply drops in the game. They have no control over that. Activision is the person in charge of what gets done for microtransactions, and what they say goes. They make the game. They go, this is our game. This is what we did. We enjoyed doing this. And Activision goes, well, we think you can fit that microtransaction system in right there. And they're like, this is where we're going to make our money.
That's right.
And the developing team of that game are the ones that suffer, not Activision.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. What you just said.
Right.
A lot of people do not know that. I didn't know that until a couple of years back. when they were talking about, I think it was Infinite Warfare.
Yep.
But I can't remember who told me that, but they have they have the final say so. Activision has the final say so. They released the game.
They can't do anything about it.
Right.
It's literally like they have to do that.
It's their game. But I don't want to stay on BO4 too long. Rate it 1 out of 10. What's your rating on it?
I mean, I'll be fair. I'll give it like a 6, honestly.
Okay, that's decent. Hey, bro, a 6 is decent, man. Salute to that 6. I give it a 7, bro. I give it a 7, man.
Honestly, if I'm including Blackout, which I wasn't a huge, I played some from time to time for some fun or just to mess around. I give it like a 7.5 when you throw Blackout in there, just because they did put a lot of effort into that. They had a lot of passion behind it, and I feel like that was one place where they actually did succeed. And honestly, like I said, the core mechanics of the game made for what could have been a really solid foundation, and they just chose to take the wrong route.
Let's talk about COD Mobile.
Call of Duty Mobile.
COD Mobile. Have you played COD Mobile yet, bro?
Hell yeah. Played it on my computer with the emulator, and I've also played it on my phone.
Hold up, man. No. COD Mobile, what are your thoughts on COD Mobile, man?
Across the board,
yeah.
I feel like it's a cool idea. I feel like it provides enough nostalgia, being a combination of Modern Warfare and the Black Ops series.
It seems mixed, right?
It's cool. It really is cool. The one thing I will say that is kind of disappointing to me is it's kind of something, the idea is kind of something that I feel like the Call of Duty community has been screaming for console and just in general as like a title that they put out for Call of Duty forever. People really want a game that's like a combo or like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like I don't know if you're familiar with Call of Duty Online from China.
From China, yeah. We talked about that on this show before.
The idea of that game is really cool.
Right. It's like everything in one game, right? Like everything. Wild. Yeah.
But I think the real weird thing is that they decided to make the game that people wanted. Like people definitely want that. Like as much as it seems weird that they would want something combined like Call of Duty Mobile is, people do want that. People would eat that crap up. Even if it was just some like side project, kind of like Remastered was. People would eat it up.
That's right. Nostalgia.
But they made it on mobile. Which is kind of weird. Like that to me is a little weird of a decision. They chose to do it for specifically that.
I really wish they would have put that on console, bro.
Right.
I would have really wished for them to do that. Like as a console game, like a freebie or something like that, and they can add their microtransactions or whatever they want to do with it, like they're doing anyway in the mobile app. But I played with it. I had a lot of fun. I didn't drop the nuke yet. Right now, I'm watching your nuke video. It's playing on screen now. You know, how many nukes did you drop on them though, bro?
On what, mobile?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even have that much time played. I got like over 20. Easy.
You got 20 nukes already?
Oh yeah, easy. No problem.
Damn.
I played 5 games.
Got to be more careful. You got what?
I played 5 games and got 4 nukes.
Oh, so the game doesn't end when you drop it on?
No, it doesn't end. It's real weird. So it's a 20 kill streak, not 25 or 30, which makes sense though if you consider how short the games are, because obviously like domination's 100.
Okay.
There's actually, you have to kind of figure out the best way to run the map in order to get the maximum amount of kills. Like if you're just running around looking for people like normal, you're not going to get enough kills. You really got to put yourself in the right position where enemies are really flowing because the match just goes so quick.
Yeah, you do. You know what? I dropped a 22. But guess what level I was at?
Nah, not 21.
8, you know?
Yeah.
But
so you could have got one there. That would have been it.
Look, man, I'm out here, man. I'm trying it. It's a great game.
It's cool. It's definitely very cool. Basic. Obviously, there's not a lot of maps, but the maps they have are nostalgic. They are cool. They're something that people obviously really enjoy, a lot of those maps. The guns, I mean, they have guns that they never had before. That's really cool. I think overall it's just a really cool idea. It's great that they were able to infiltrate the mobile market. Obviously, if you're on the go and you want something to do, playing a couple games of Call of Duty Mobile is pretty fun. Like I played that mobile game already more than I've played any mobile game for years, and obviously because they're not really appealing to me. But that shows you that it's a decent game enough to where I'm like, you know what, I got enough time. I'm standing here, or I'm on lunch break at work, whatever. Let me play a match.
I liked it, man.
And the amount of content they put into it, like, think about this.
Is it
COD Mobile released with a multiplayer?
Yes.
A battle royale.
Right.
A ranked multiplayer.
Okay. Free. I think we had free for all last weekend.
You know what I mean?
Now we have gun game this week
with more content than most Call of Duty have dropped without the gate in years. It's on mobile.
It's on mobile. Have you played the battle royale?
I have. I think it's pretty cool.
I haven't played it yet.
I think it's pretty cool. Out. It's very interesting. It's a little bit different. I mean, obviously it's mobile, so it's like really hard to say. Like, it's really hard to say.
I feel like it'll be hard to play a battle royale game on your mobile phone.
There's so many bots in a mobile game, like people that aren't even good. And then, I mean, I don't know if you've heard about this. Call of Duty Mobile actually has a lot of actual bots, which is kind of disappointing. So you get into a multiplayer match, you'll see somebody named like Sharp Cheddar 24 bot, 100%, not a real player. And they've done that on purpose. They've even admitted that it's in the game. You get those players in Battle Royale as well. The only confirmed way that you can know that you're playing against real players every match is to play ranked only. So the only way you're constantly playing against actual players is if you play ranked. Otherwise, you're playing against some players and bots. Some games you might even be playing all bots.
That explains a lot of the bot-like behavior. I just thought it was because, all right, I'm playing. I know I'm a COD vet now, or I think I'm a COD vet now.
Right.
I'm thinking that I'm just playing against noobs, but it's actually bots because there's no way that someone can. I'm next to you, dude. You cannot turn. You can't turn and shoot me because I'm reloading. I'm just taking my time reloading.
They do a complete 180 aim right at you and start trying to shoot you.
Right.
And I was like, the first day I played, I actually thought it was some cheaters, and I was like, huh. And then people started to figure out that there was actual bots.
Actual bots in the game.
So much sense because they act like the recruit or regular bots from the Call of Duty private matches that we've had over the past few years.
That's right.
They act exactly like it. Out of nowhere, they just aim right on you. And you're like, what the hell? That dude just did a complete 180. How the hell do you know I was there?
Right.
Bot.
COD Mobile, bro. What else? What else is going on? You know what we're here to talk about, dog. You know what we're here to talk about. Let's switch gears real quick. I got to change his background. Let's talk about Modern Warfare. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. What do you think about the title? Modern Warfare. Is it weird to you?
It's confusing.
It's retarded, right? I'm sorry. I gotta be honest. We already had a Modern Warfare 1.
Technically.
Yeah. So this is Modern Warfare. What are your thoughts? What were your thoughts on the alpha and the beta?
So let's just put it like that. The alpha was obviously 2v2. 2v2 doesn't appeal to me as it's just not my style.
Okay.
I think it's gonna provide exactly what people who are into that mode are kind of looking for.
Yeah.
I feel like the mode is pretty solid. Honestly, it was pretty fun to play, despite, like I said, not being super appealing to me because it's just not something I typically do. I had a lot of fun playing it. I thought the mode was pretty well designed. I thought the maps were a little bit strange in some of them.
Man,
but
strange.
Obviously, they countered stuff. So it was like, the one thing you'd be worried about is people camping. They made it to where if so much time passes and the people ain't moving, they put the objective there. If you don't go to the objective, you lose the round anyway because the other person's going to get it.
Oh, yeah, so 2v2, yeah.
They kind of counteracted what would be your biggest issue in a 2v2 match would be camping. So it kind of pushes gameplay, which makes the a 2v2 a little bit more fast paced.
Yeah, you got to if no one moves, you have to go capture the flag. That's what.
Yeah, if they don't move, they're gonna lose. That's as simple as that. There's no question.
Suit to that. I like that.
So it's a really solid mode. Obviously, it's not a mode I could see myself playing as far as launch and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
There might be some videos I do. Obviously some 2v2. Maybe I jump on with my boy JGod or some other content creators, and we just kind of try to smash through some people or something for fun, just to make some entertaining content.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm not going to be grinding 2v2. You're not going to see me playing 2v2s, and there's no way I'll probably be streaming it or anything like that. It's just not my mode. It's just not for me.
Second weekend, the beta.
Boom. So we get the beta.
Well, it's not the second weekend. The second run, the beta.
Yeah, second run, obviously, because we had the beta for 2 weekends or whatever the heck we had. And we only had the alpha I think we had the alpha for 1 or 2 as well. I can't remember now.
Yep.
But the beta was, honestly, it was kind of exciting. There's some different things. It's obviously a huge change from we haven't had a Call of Duty like this in forever. I mean, if you want to count remastered, you can, I guess, but that doesn't count.
Yeah, you mean like boots on the ground, Infinity
Boots on the
Ward,
ground, Modern Warfare, like Ghost was like the closest thing we've had, and even Ghost was kind of it was like in between. It wasn't quite like a Modern Warfare, it was like a different twist that
it was something, it's something different.
It was still modern, but not quite the same. I think with this game, it feels right, if that makes sense. Like the type of guns you have in the game feels like what Call of Duty would be. The style, to me, it's what when I go back and I think of like what made Call of Duty great.
Yeah,
a lot of things that I feel very similar about for this game. I won't say it's 100%, but I would say it's very, very close and much closer than we've had in a very, very long time.
What is that?
Basically, like the grind factor, like having realistic weapons, having the game be more focused on like what Modern Warfare was built on instead of just kind of starting to take a new path and like making things up as they go. Obviously, Infinite Warfare is a favorite of mine, but obviously that's space and, freaking advanced jumping and like weapons that don't exist. And like, you know what I mean? It's hard to relate to stuff that isn't real.
Right. Yep.
Whereas now we have like AK-47. This sounds like a freaking AK-47. Like the game sounds were phenomenal to me. Like
they were awesome. That was one of my pros.
How good that crap sounded.
It's one of my pros, actually. The sounds of the game and the way it looked. That was like when I did my review. I loved the way the game sound. I loved the way the guns felt when you pulled that trigger, fam.
Right. And honestly, you can call me old school veteran of COD or whatever, but I really do feel like this is like the closest to the OG Modern Warfares that we'll probably ever get, possibly. But most definitely that we've had in years. You know what I mean? Like Ghost was like 7 years ago. I feel like at this point, 6-7 years ago.
Man, don't say that, man. Wait. 7 years ago.
I think it was. I think it's been that long. It's been that like 6 years for sure.
Ghost came out with Grand Theft Auto V.
Ghost came out with the PS4, like right before the PS4 dropped. Because remember, you could buy it on the old gen, and then if you bought a PS4, you could upgrade for like $5 or something.
Wait a minute, I might be wrong. Did Modern Warfare 3 come out with Grand Theft Auto, or was it Ghost? I can't remember which one it was.
Talking about GTA 5?
GTA 5, yeah.
That was Ghost.
It was Ghost?
Yep, because it came out at the same time, because both those games were upgradable when PS4 came out. They were both released on PS3. That is
correct. Yeah.
And when PS4 came out, you had the option to pay like $5 or $10.
That's right. That is right.
PS4 copy.
Damn, that was 7 years ago, bro.
Time freaking flies.
No, it could be right, man. Damn, man, you old, man. Shit, you getting up there, man.
I'm working on it, but you know what I mean. Like this is the closest. I know there's a lot of concern with people when it comes to this beta. It didn't show. I don't truly believe the beta showed everything that we have in store for us.
I hope not, man. Damn.
I don't feel like it was super disappointing. I can kind of see why some people were kind of about it. The maps were not. I wasn't super crazy about the maps, but a lot of that is because we are so focused. Well, I guess we're not focused. We're so used to this particular map style that we've been having for the past few years and such.
Yes.
That it makes a lot of these maps seem a lot more of a challenge than reality is, because it's like we're used to 3-lane maps. World War II.
Yes, I want to see you and kill you.
Right.
Okay.
Like that is something that a lot of people are used to. But when you actually go back and look at the maps that were around when people loved this game at the most, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, a lot of these maps were not 3-lane maps.
Yeah.
There was a ton of maps that weren't 3 lanes.
You're right.
So
that was before me.
It's a matter of adjustment now. Like we're going back toward where we started as far as, the type of game, the time frame of it, and also like maps being multiple lanes and stuff. It's just going to make the game, more, I don't even know. It stands out more. It makes it more like new, fresh. It's not the same old crap.
Yeah,
that's the same. It's going to take some adjusting, like a couple different things. I mean, we just got done with Black Ops 4, having a large time to kill compared to what we were used to in the past. Here we are going to a new Call of Duty, which is probably has one of the fastest time to kills we've had in forever.
That's a fact, man.
It's a huge change. There's a lot of changes. A lot of them are good. Some of them are okay. And I think it's going to take some adjusting from the community, obviously with that. One thing I will say about the beta that I found super surprising for at least myself personally is I enjoyed playing 10v10 and Ground War more than I actually enjoyed playing 6v6, which is a huge change for me because typically I always loved playing 6v6 and was like, okay, whatever, 9v9 is cool. You know, like it wasn't my thing. Now I feel like this year going forward, I'll probably play more 10v10 in larger game modes than I will focus on the 6v6, just based on how the speed of the game is played.
I like the 10v10. I will say that.
Blast. It was a lot more fun. It was a lot more movement. I don't know how crazy I am about that map. That was probably my least favorite map in the beta. I know a lot of people out there didn't like the cave, but I felt like overall the cave was a pretty solid map. Just I think if we're playing domination,
you're talking about the desert cave,
from the cave to outside, like opposite.
Yeah.
If you move that to the other side, the whole map changes, and people would not dislike the map as much as they do. I feel like a lot of it is because you go in the cave, it's dark, it's a lot harder to see people, and because that objective is there, it makes it a lot more of a challenge because you're obviously spending most of your gunfights in this dark cave.
Which game mode do you think you'll focus on this season?
I'm hoping to play a lot of domination, probably. Okay. I'm not about. There's no way I'm playing TDM. I'm not playing to 75. There's just no way. It's just not
75. Is that the cap?
I still believe it is going to be capped at 75.
Oh, man, come on, fam.
75, and then the 10v10 TDM was capped at 100, which made no freaking sense to me. I feel like a good move would be to make regular TDM 100 and make 10v10 maybe like 150. So at least there's a little bit of an increase. Yeah. But to think that 10 people could be on a team, each get 10 kills, and that's the whole max, that's just whack.
That's
as far as like,
yeah.
Like Call of Duty is about getting in a match and, getting into engagements. Like it's all about engagements. Like people play Battlefield so that they can focus more on strategy and taking people down a little bit here and there, and they're not in constant gunfights. Whereas people play Call of Duty to be in that constant engagement.
We want to stack up that body count.
That match. I don't want to play for 10 minutes and get 15 kills. I'm telling you that right now. That's why 6v6 didn't appeal to me during the beta.
Definitely.
But a lot of what made the experience we had during the beta what it is the way people were playing. Now, when we come down to launch day, that entire style of playing is going to be completely different. Because not everybody gets the beta. Not everybody plays the beta. Not everybody gets hands-on and goes out there. And a lot of the time when people do, it's such a new experience that the only way they know how to play is like, well, I'm going to wait here until I figure out the map. Or I'm going to camp here because I don't want to be shot in the back all day because I don't know where I'm going. Or you know what I mean? Like people don't understand weapons. They don't understand maps. They don't understand gameplay yet. So the best thing that they do to counter that is just camp. Yeah, so typically, I feel like during the beta, you see a lot more nonsense and not so much movement, like you get people camping and just not moving and just not really playing the match. I feel like that's definitely increased during the beta experience, and I expect to see a lot more reasonable lobbies come actual launch.
Yeah, I'm the complete opposite. When I get into a new map, I'm hitting that outside of that map and I'm gonna run around. I'm probably gonna run to the right or the left, and I'm running around the map just to see what it looks like. Even if I get my ass clapped a couple of times in that process, I'm not gonna worry. I wasn't worrying about my KD like that during the beta. I just want to see.
That's the craziest part. It's like you're in a beta, KD don't matter. You can't see your stats. Nobody cares. Like I could go on and on. Like it's literally just play the game. Like nobody cares if you even go negative. You could be the best player, get freaking 100,000 nukes, and literally go negative every match in the beta. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Beta.
Yeah,
and it's about learning the game, and like, you know what I mean? You do stuff in the beta you wouldn't typically do on launch sometimes because you're like, well, maybe I want to try the shotgun, see if they're cool. But when launch comes, you're like, I'm not going to use the shotgun because I'm going to go negative trying to use that damn thing or whatever. You know what I mean? Like gameplays and things change from beta to launch. And I just think that because of all the new from going from faster time to kill to maps with more lanes to get shot from different types of guns, and like this, people aren't used to the
gunsmith, bro. The gunsmith, it's a whole new way of customizing your gun, and man, it was just mind blowing. It's like it is a whole new game, obviously, but it was like, all right, Diddy, you're gonna have to like really, really think about this shit. Like if you put this attachment on, everything killed your mobility. No matter what you put on that weapon, if you added weight to it, the mobility went down.
It's cool. The gunsmith is one of the coolest things, I think. It gives you the ability, and like this is like all types of, you have all people that play different play styles, right? You can find what works for you.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be best class setups. Sure. There's going to be best class setups, and there's going to be different types of them. And I think that there's going to be different scenarios where you might, on one map where you're using a gun in a long distance situation, you're going to want certain stuff. Whereas if you take that same weapon to a smaller map, maybe you want to still use it, you change it up. Like the AK-47, maybe you swap the stock and you switch, to a fast mag instead of an extended mag, whatever the heck it is. It's going to change based on the scenarios of the maps you find yourself in.
This game is going to be...
It's going to be insane.
The craziest class setup videos are going to be put out this year. It's going to be crazy, man. I can't wait to check it out. It's going to be a hell of an experience. Next week, what are your plans for next week during launch? Do you think they're going to launch it early like they did last year? It came out Thursday night. I think it was a Thursday night. I can't remember. Did you take off Friday?
Oh, no, this is fun. Every year, I take the same thing. This year, I'm taking, if you include weekends, it's 10 straight days in a row I don't work. So I'm just going to be playing the game, trying to have fun, make as much new content as I can. I'm more excited for Modern Warfare. Now, I know people say this crap every year. Infinity Ward are my people. This is the team that I always wait for. This is the year. This is the thing.
I love them too,
but I want to throw out there that's kind of it's from perspective. Whenever it's Infinity Ward's turn, people choose to turn their back. And it happened with Infinite Warfare.
It did,
and I kind of, in some aspects, see it happen with Modern Warfare. I think people are kind of coming the other direction now with all the new news and things that they're announcing with the DLC.
I'm still riding with them, but that beta had me feeling a little, I don't know, man. But I'm still riding with them. After this conversation with you, because you bring up a different type of perspective, I'm kind of optimistic.
I feel like
I took Friday off, by the way.
I want people to literally give them a chance.
Yeah,
people didn't give them a chance in Infinite Warfare. They created the best campaign of all time and one of the greatest jetpacking games we will ever see. And they did really well with their content. Yeah. Sure, the game wasn't 100% complete on launch. There was things we had to wait quite a few months to get. But overall, it was a very solid game. And I feel like people choose to ignore that it existed and also try to decredit it on a regular basis. Right. And it was all because they weren't given the opportunity. So if people don't give Modern Warfare opportunity, they're going to be in the same boat as Infinite Warfare was. But the reality is, Modern Infinity Ward has the potential to make the best Call of Duty we've seen in a long time.
That's right. They have the blueprint. They have
the best potential to be the best Call of Duty that we've ever had, or at least we've ever had in this generation of consoles, or even since the Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1 and 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to do everything. You can tell that the developers give a huge amount of concern. They put a lot of concern and care into their game. They care what the community says. You know what I mean? I feel like they're going to put in all the effort that they can into everything they have control over.
Yeah. Salute to the Infinity Ward, by the way.
They're doing new things. I mean, just like we were talking about the beta, 32 versus 32. They literally just took Battlefield and threw them in a fire. And said, "See you later, bye."
Did you enjoy obviously you enjoyed Ground War?
Oh, I had a blast. Obviously, if you go on my channel and check out my video on Ground War, there are some things that I do discuss in there as far as changes that need to be made to make the experience in Ground War better.
Video is playing now. It's playing now as we speak.
It's so important that they do some tweaks because it just changes the way the game's played. I don't know, for all of you out there who may or may not have played the beta, Ground War was a blast, but it wasn't a blast in Ground War? Having people sniping and tanking, like sitting in tanks on a hill the entire match. There was 10 people on the mat.
On that little ridge, on the ridge, right? Yeah.
Shoot 2 people in tanks shooting. They can literally kill you across the map. I died off multiple 20-plus streaks to a guy with a tank shooting me across the map.
Yeah.
It's absolutely the most frustrating thing in the world. I'm not opposed to tanks being in the mode, but I am opposed to there being a hill in which is not in combat that people are just constantly camping on. That just takes away from the flow of the actual map they've designed. And it also doesn't influence people to play the mode correctly. Obviously, if you're camping on a hill, you're not capturing objectives. Therefore, you are then making your teammates lose. And you might also be giving away most of the map positioning just to sit in your tank or snipe from a distance where people can't just get into a gunfight with you immediately and drop you.
Yeah.
So there is things that can be changed. But I do think that was something that was really surprising to see from them. And I think that they overall did a pretty good job. I didn't see, I mean, I noticed more frame rate issues, obviously, on console here and there than I did playing it on the PC. But overall, I felt like for what it was, I mean, who the heck expected them to drop a 32v32 and it to go as smoothly as it did? I definitely did not.
What were your critiques in the like one of your main critiques in Ground War? Was the spawns? Okay.
So good example is that map. I want to say it was like,
because you could actually spawn in the same spot, right? If you have a teammate around that area, right?
So if you remember the specific map that we had in the beta, we only had one map. So if you went to B and C, there was like B, C, and D. They were all in like these very small area, right? But what was happening was, this was the biggest issue I saw for spawns, is if the enemy had C, which was that little bridge that kind of connected the buildings, they had C, but you and your team pushed to, like, say, you know, obviously they were on one side of the bridge in the one building, and you guys and your team, 10, 15 people, it doesn't even matter. However many people go to push C.
There's no way you're getting them out of there.
Don't get C immediately, and you start taking the enemies down and you don't jump on the objective, they spawn on top of you, like right behind in the building you're standing in.
I've done that. Yeah.
And they don't even know that nobody knows they're there. And then they kill 4 or 5 people who they shouldn't even have access to.
That's right. That's right.
So there was definitely some weird spawn issues with having an objective, obviously, because you could select where you spawned, people selecting that spawn and then it spawning them like right on an enemy target. So I don't know how easy that is to obviously change. I honestly think it might be a little bit of a challenge, but there should be some way for the game to know, like, oh, there's 10 enemies right there, but on the other side of this objective, there's 10 teammates. We'll spawn them there.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like, it would have made way more sense if they spawned on the other side where their team is than spawn right behind somebody.
But you had the option to choose your spawn point. That was the funny thing about that.
I think that was like a part of the big trick. So people knew spawning on C, they could get right back into the engagement and help their team try to defend. But there was also that potential of just spawning right behind the enemies and taking half of them out, and then they wouldn't have a chance to get on the
I think you had an option to spawn in with the teammate that was in the vehicle or something like that.
If a teammate was in a vehicle, you could spawn on them. If a teammate wasn't in combat, you could spawn on them anywhere that they were, or you could choose to spawn on an objective that your teammates or your team currently held.
Okay.
So I think even if it was partially contested, you could still spawn on it, which was kind of causing a lot of the spawn issue.
So next week you took you took 10 days off. Soup to that. I took Friday off. Salute to me. You know. E-athlete. What is an e-athlete? I've seen that on your new banner on your YouTube page. What can you explain to us what e-athletes are? Or
basically, well, I actually have some right here.
And is it
this thing called E-Advantage? It's
hey, drugs. Let's get it. No, sorry. What is that?
Incredible. So for people who are obviously like Red Bulls or energy drinks or
right.
G Fuel and things like that, like all this stuff we have these days. This, like, there's obviously difference. Personally, I don't love in taking energy drinks. They're full of stuff you don't need. Obviously, they are useful. They do help, but they also come with a bunch of stuff that's not necessary. This is literally a capsule form. It contains 100 milligrams of caffeine per capsule. You can take 2 at once. If that's what you choose, you can take one, wait a few hours, take the second one, kind of up to you and like what you're, obviously how long you're trying to play and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But it's full of vitamins. It's very bare minimum. I mean, honestly, in this stuff here, you got 3 different vitamins, some caffeine, some ginkgo biloba, which is obviously a lot of people know what that is. It's in a lot of, I believe that's in a lot of like pre-workout stuff too.
Okay. Shout out to Lift Hunt.
Overall, it's something that can help you stay at the top of your game for the entire time you're playing. So
does it give you the shakes?
Vitamins, makes you focus. Like, it's the positive things of, having a little bit of caffeine, getting a little bit of focus, getting that, that exact amount of stuff that you need without all the nonsense. There's no sugar in it, so you're not crashing. Like there's zero crash to this stuff. It's absolutely wild. So it keeps you at the top of your game. It allows you obviously to get your energy. So you're like, if you're maybe you get off after work and you're feeling a little pooped, but you want to play the game or you got a video you want to make, you take one of these guys, you're gonna get it done, 100%.
Does it give you the shakes like
no,
like
nope? You don't get real antsy.
Like some of the other popular drinks or power drinks.
If you took two and then like weren't conscious enough and you like maybe drank a soda, like drank some stuff with lots of sugar and caffeine on top of it, would not be a good idea.
Okay.
But that's with anything. Obviously, I just drink a lot of water when I'm gaming usually. For me, it's not a huge deal, but that stuff is super effective. It's actually a really good product. It's from Canada, I believe, is where it was created. It's also approved by Health Canada, which is one of the most difficult company, or I don't even know what the heck you want to call them. Obviously, it's harder to get through the
It's
Health
like the
Canada
FDA
regulation.
FDA?
It's more difficult to get through those than the FDA.
Okay.
So basically, Health Canada has approved this item. It's something that I kind of ran across watching content on YouTube myself. Ran across a couple of people who were obviously promoting it as well.
Okay.
It kind of appealed to me. I mean, obviously they have options for drinks and such, but when you take a capsule and you just take it real quick, there's no in between time. You don't have to drink nothing. Like obviously drink water, but you don't have to drink nothing. You're not constantly doing something. It all hits you at once and then you're boom, ready to go. I mean, you take these, you can count on 6 hours straight. You're going to freaking just be smashing.
Damn.
It improves your aim. It improves your reaction time.
Okay.
It literally makes you focus. Like it's overall a very good product. There's obviously very similar products out there, but not everybody puts it in a capsule form, which kind of personally appealed to me more than some of the other forms out there.
I've never seen that before.
It's a great product.
And it's, what's the name of it?
It's called, well, the actual name of the product is E Advantage.
E Advantage. Okay.
Yep. And then obviously on my channel, if you go to any of my most recent videos, there is a link in the description. Alongside, you can also use the code Errl to get you, I believe it is 10% off, 10.5%.
All right. Salute to E Advantage. Use the code, fellas and ladies, ERRL. That's right. E athletes.
Stay at the top of your game. Dominate the game.
Okay. Dominate. Exo Booming, man. Are you still part of the Exo Booming?
I'm no longer with the legends of Exo Booming.
What?
No longer with the legends. It's not anything negative. I have nothing but great things to say about LA and Kingish, the creators, the people who are still a part of the team, people who've been a part of the team. It was a great team to be a part of. There's really no, like I said, there's no hard feelings at all. It's more of I had a direction that I'm going in. For me, it was more of a growth thing. Like at the point I'm constantly doing my own thing. I'm very focused on trying to, grow my own channel, my own brand, just, doing whatever it takes. And with a lot of focus on yourself, you're not as focused on team. And then not just that, like, when you're working with a team, everybody's doing different things. And
that's right.
Sometimes you kind of grow out of your situation and you do your own thing, and you be thankful for the path that got you there.
Yeah, man.
So I feel like it was a good team to be a part of. I spent more than a year being a part of it. I have nothing, like I said, but great things to say. But it was just more of I grew and I'm taking a certain path, and it just doesn't fit so well with what I'm currently working with. I'm kind of just very self-focused. There's, there is teams that I've thought about trying to get into. There are teams that I may or may not be interested in. Okay. But I'm not focused on being in one, if that makes sense. Like, it's not something I have to have.
Yeah.
If it happens, it happens. If someone reaches out,
you're focused on being the best ERRL that you can be, right?
Just trying to be me.
Yeah.
Trying to focus on Errl Shatter.
Right.
Again, huge shout out to LA and everybody over there at Exo Boomin'. Still keeping things real, still doing their thing.
Yeah.
Exo Boomin' will still be a thing for years to come, I believe. And I believe those guys are gonna do whatever they feel is right.
Yeah, salute the Exo Boomin', man. I was wondering where the guys were, because the presence of Exo Boomin' has a little less on the online scene. It's definitely not like it was on Infinite Warfare or World War II. You
Right.
know? But salute to the guys, man. XO Boom and like you said, LA and
King-ish.
King-ish. That's my dog. You know, yeah. But Errl, damn. So hold up. When is your last day of work, man? So you going to work?
I go to work
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Tuesday and Thursday. And
Oh,
then,
you're going to work Thursday? Okay.
yeah, I'm going to go on Thursday. I'm basically going to set my week up to where by Thursday, I have nothing I got to do. By the time I walk out of work, that's it. It's going to be straight to Call of Duty.
That's
I got
right.
a new chair coming on Monday. I'm prepared.
You got a new chair?
I ordered a new chair. I'm ready. I got seats done me well. I've been sitting in it since freaking, still feel like into Infinite Warfare. So it's been some time, or at least the beginning of World War II. I've had this thing for a minute.
You know what I always do? I always get like some new control freaks. Like I've got these at the beginning of Black Ops 4. It's time for some new control freaks. I've worn these out. They look like erasers.
What's kind of funny is I bought 2 sets of control freaks at the beginning of Black Ops 4.
Yeah.
And this one, I'm only using one now. I used to use 2. I only use one now on the right stick only. And I have a brand new set I haven't even
touched. I used to play like that. Yeah.
Worn out at all. It's weird.
And you know what? With the running mechanism, the running mechanics in Modern Warfare, I can imagine I'm gonna run through a controller, 5 pair of control freaks, and probably a whole new PlayStation, man. Because the way you have to run in that game is a little awkward to me. That's just.
You want me to tell you a secret?
Tell me, please.
I have a controller.
Put me on game.
Basically infinite now.
So
basically, here's how it works. Typically in a year of Call of Duty, I probably buy anywhere between 3 and 6 controllers, regular PS4 controllers. Based on mechanical breakdowns, things stop working, things of that nature.
Word. What?
So, yeah, because in every Call of Duty, my sprint button craps out 100 times a year. It feels like.
I got you. I feel you on that. Yeah.
I end up having to get new controllers, like they just stop working, all that stuff. Basically, what I decided to do instead was I was like, you know what? Everybody's been, talking about scuff, talking about these advanced controllers that I've never used forever, right? Never been a thing I ever was a part of.
Okay.
Never had much interest in it. It was like, whatever, those are expensive as hell. That's kind of how I used to look at it.
Right.
Then I put some thought into it and I said, you know what? I've been using these regular controllers forever. There's tons of people that are buying scuffs and very similar style controllers, Xbox Elites, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Why not join the game? I'm like, I'm obviously going to be competing with a lot of people.
That's a fact.
I might as well join it and get one for myself.
It's evolution, babe. It's evolution. Evolution.
So, with that being said, I decided, hey, I'm going to go over to Best Buy. I'm going to go and get me the Astro controller.
Hey, salute to Astro. I saw that, man. I was about to get one of those, man. I think Blu-ray has one.
Something crazy about this thing. So here's what's cool. You go to Best Buy.
It's about to put me on game.
You get the warranty.
Okay.
Best Buy warranty is the best warranty on this freaking planet. You can throw this shit in the toilet. They give you another one. You could do you can light it on fire as long as part of it's still there. They'll give you another one. Like I'm pretty sure that there's nothing that happens to it that they won't replace it.
Salute that.
So that's one. So
salute to that.
Not only did I buy a nice
baby
controller, obviously I went through the effort of getting the 2-3 year warranty that covered through Best Buy. So if a better model, if this comes out, I can go back, say it's broke. They'll give me the new model and I'll pay the difference if there's a difference in price. So basically this controller is like, if it breaks, new controller. Now, here's the catch. So I bought it at Best Buy, got a warranty, right?
Yep.
This controller is 100% easy to change. So
wait a minute, Errl. Are you about to snitch on yourself? Because I don't want to do that. I don't want to be a part of it.
Nobody's snitching. Just watch this.
Okay, go ahead.
So you got screws here, right?
Yeah.
You unscrew those, you can pull these joysticks out. I can put the D-pad here and the joystick here. I can just take the joysticks out and replace them. I can replace the D-pad if I need to. Very, very, very simple, super easy, super dope. Now, I had issues with my sticks.
Okay.
I had issues with them after a month of having this controller. Now, originally, I just reached out to Astro and I said, hey, these are the issues that I'm currently having. What can you do for me, basically? They literally asked me for a picture of the receipt.
Yeah.
I gave them the picture of the receipt. They literally sent me 2 brand new sticks.
For free.
For free. Okay.
Man, salute to them.
3 months go by. I've had this controller for 5 months now. 3 more months go by.
Okay.
Now, this stick started pooping out again. I'm having issues, right? This with my Sprint crap. It's going all weird.
Yeah.
So I reached out to Astro and I said, hey, you guys have been nothing but awesome to me already. I reached out to you guys in the past with this specific module. That's what they're called, module issue. You guys replied with nothing but helpful, like basically being really helpful. You guys sent me 2 brand new sticks. I do not expect that you guys would do something like that again. Obviously, you've already covered me. You guys have, done a great job doing that. I was like, I just noticed that I logged onto the website. The website says that they're currently out of stock, and I was just looking to get a couple before Modern Warfare was released, so that way I'd be prepared. Basically, I was telling them, I was trying to think ahead. I was like, I noticed that they were out of stock. I was like, I'm not sure. Actually, I didn't really look into it. I'm not really sure what you guys cover as far as the warranty is concerned with the controller. But so I don't really expect you guys to help me out again. But I was like, if anything, is there any way you can let me know when they might be back in stock? Right? Dude replies, like literally, I did that at night. So they were already out of the office probably. Okay. The next day, they obviously get back to the office. I get a reply from Astro. Guy says, just show me a picture of your receipt. Send him a picture of my receipt. 2 more joysticks are on the way. I got 2 new joysticks in literally 2 days.
Damn.
Now, this isn't the first time they helped me. This is the second time they've helped me. I only had 1 poopy stick. They sent me 2.
Hey, man. So, good things come in pairs, man. Salute to Astro for
huge customer. That is insane for customer service. No question, no nothing. They literally like, oh, okay, that's an issue. Let's get that fixed for you.
Hey, Astro really cares about us, right?
Like, if people have any doubt about buying something like this, support Astro. Like, they've proven themselves to me, at least. Like, I've had this controller for 5 months. They've they've given me 4 brand new sticks. Each cost $20 a piece on a normal basis. That's $80 in replacements.
That's right.
For free.
Man, salute to Astro, man. One time for Astro for doing the right thing, man.
So,
look, I thought that I was about to pull the trigger on that controller, but for some reason I didn't. I just didn't do it.
I'll tell you, the buttons are really placed very well.
That shit really looks slick.
They do not break.
Slick.
Right here. If I push that down, you can push the button all the way down. If I flick it up,
yeah,
got a stopper. It stops about halfway.
That looks fire, bro.
All across the board, very solid controller. If you're out there looking for the right thing for you, that option might be right. I've had a couple people ask me, well, why would I buy a $200 controller? Well, that is a very solid question, but
it's an investment. It's an investment. Yeah. It's an investment into your game, man.
It's a better size, bigger. For me personally, I have a little bit bigger hands. This is way more fitting to what I'm used to. The Xbox 360 controller has been my favorite of all time. This isn't quite that, but it's very, it's very slick. It's very, it's larger. It's got a nice grip to it. Overall, I would 100% say this is a 10 out of 10 controller. There's no question. The only thing that the controller doesn't have that I wish is it doesn't let you know the battery level of it. So if you're playing it wireless, because it could be wireless or wired, whichever you prefer.
Right.
If you're playing it wireless, out of nowhere, it'll just die. It doesn't tell you it's going to die. Nothing. Out of nowhere, it's just like,
wait a minute now, Errl. A COD vet like you, I know you're not out here playing wireless.
I play wireless all the time, but I also I switch in between. So it's like super efficient to be able to not have a cord walk like all over. And I also charge my headset and my controller with the same cord.
Got you.
So whenever I'm playing and my headset dies, because obviously I play for long periods of time, I charge it obviously when I'm offline on the base it has, but the battery doesn't last for 10 hours. So if I stream or play or stream or make content for 10 hours, my headset will die at some point. So typically I leave my controller plugged in, and then when my headset starts dying, I use plug in the wireless, plug in my headset. Boom, always covered.
Salute to Astro. Salute to I don't want to name all these companies, but anyway, salute to everybody that's getting us ready for this new COD season, which is Modern Warfare. Next week, October 25th. You heard? Maybe October 24th-ish. Maybe. We don't know. We're anticipating something to happen that Thursday. I know I am. So
I can tell you right now, the intel that I do know is that if you pre-order through GameStop, give your local GameStop a call, ask them when you will be able to pick up your copy. I have heard of GameStop locations giving out their copies as early as 6 p.m. on Thursday night. So that way that you can take your copy home, make sure that you have the time to get the update before the actual title releases. So for people buying physical copies, you will have enough time to go and get your copy early, get all those updates in before the time it releases. It's going to release on 12 p.m. Eastern time. So it'll be 10 p.m. for me over here in the mountains, or 9 p.m. over there on the West Coast. So it will be available on Thursday, technically on the 24th. It'll be the 24th for everybody except for you people that are over there on that East Coast. So I mean, it kind of depends. I want to wish you, for you, it's not really early, but for everybody else,
right. It seems early, right? Yeah. But Errl, how can people find you? How can they follow you on your social media, YouTube, Twitch?
YouTube, Errl Shatter. Twitch, Errl Shatter. Twitter, Errl Shatter. Everything is Errl Shatter. The only one you have any complications with would be my Instagram, and it's Errl Shatter YT.
Okay. Errl Shatter
Gaming, actually. Errl Shatter Gaming, my bad.
ERR, friend of the COD show